And we're back. All right, so this will be match 2. Vorime takes the first match. Okay, I have to refresh the streams again just a sec. Oh, did you both restart the game for the lag?
Oh, I did
didn't,
not.
but I was scared about my timer. I can do it now
Okay,
if you
great.
don't mind me testing the timer.
Sure, yeah.
I actually did already reset it. I just forgot.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, sadly, the game audio seems to still be acting up. Hopefully, I think restarting it. I remember. I think it was in a different match. We're restarting the game, fixed the audio. So hopefully, maybe it'll be good here.
Fingers
all right.
crossed.
Yep,
Hang on, I'm just testing the timer. It works. Okay.
it's good. All right, all right.
I was gonna get back to the main menu.
No problem. All right, both players on one click away from starting the game.
I am.
All right, nice. Okay, so on go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Lucky.
Good luck.
Here we go, match number 2.
Yeah. Now that everyone's nice and warmed up on their runs, get to go right back into it.
And yeah, here there was definitely mental aspects to the first run as well, but we will see probably a bit more display here. How much does fatigue come into the picture? How much will be seeing the runners adapt to the results from the first run? Will we be seeing Key going harder and like riskier, and will we see Vorime go maybe even safer? I don't know how it will play out here, but definitely exciting to get match 2 underway here.
For sure. I think that with the lead that Vorime saw throughout the run, he'll probably take a little bit safer strats when he feels like he needs to. Kipoints, I'm not quite as sure because he's probably also bouncing his head of potential PB, which would always be huge.
Yep. Definitely. It is in Key's favor to be going just pretty much as close to the edge as he can, I guess. So
yeah,
won't probably see him back down at all. He did miss the first fast door. Got the instant interact instead, but very small time difference. Kind of the opposite of the last run, I guess. So nice to see things are in balance. I wonder how much Vorime is also pushing. I don't know. I can't claim to know inside Voreme's head, but there's definitely like a lot of motivation, I guess, in Vorime to be able to do cool things, right? I think Vorime likes to push minute barriers, bring time down, and I think there's really not much of a cooler thing to do than to be able to pull off a PB in a race, and especially when it's recce. So there is that part which I can see it appealing to Vorime to be going risky, fast, and trying to achieve that, make this more content. So let's hope for that. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, it's a much harder road because he would be skipping doors. Generally, he would be healing less. So all of that time gets baked in, but definitely is possible to see a world record even through all of that.
Yeah, it is also worth noting that he only did recently get a new record, bringing the time down a lot to the current 1:16:29. So it's not like there's a lot of free time save. I don't think he can claim that. Ooh.
There was a lot of time save that came in from new strats alone. Between Death Warp and the new Watchtower strat and doing Spider Soul Skip regularly, it's about 20-25 seconds. So there's probably still a little bit that very
Oh,
could push
good.
down.
Good point. Reki does not have the Watchtower strats either, which is very fair. It was under the misimpression that it was. So that makes sense. And Spider Lairs, you're right. But I thought Reki actually has Spider
No,
Lairs.
yeah, I believe it has all three, but that's why it got pushed down so much.
Oh, I see. What you mean.
So he
Right.
could still get an extremely good run with the pace he had before, and get those 25 seconds in.
Yep, makes sense. So it like you said, it will be harder to PB for Var for sure compared to Key. I don't think like there have been just so many discoveries recently that I don't think Key's last PB has all of them yet. So can definitely see Key pulling a massive PB here.
It's so hard to keep up with all the optimizations after a point, just because we have so many runners innovating and so many small things that people just pick up over runs. It's hard to keep up with everything sometimes. And with everyone playing the game, we've seen such a huge spike in new strats.
One of the imps playing a little keep away from Var, but really no big deal. Both runners, by the way, had like fairly clean stuff getting through here. Let's see if it continues.
Yeah, they're both full health, which is better than last run. Both of them were looking a little hurt by this point. But overall, these have been extremely clean arenas. Just small things, like you said, getting in the way.
And small differences as well in strats, very minor things like Key shooting 3 arrows on the grunt there versus Var going for 1 arrow each on those grunts and roll slashing.
Yeah.
But very, very small differences. Fine margins going into Guardian here. Love to see it. Of course, Vorime is slightly ahead, right? But it's not a big difference yet of any sort.
Just a couple small movement things, couple rotations that were cleaner. It all adds up over time, but it's only a few seconds by this point.
Very nice to see both runners getting Guardian strats very cleanly, right? We do overlook it. It's a hard strat to pull off. Both runners do a very good job implementing it. Key is on the right side here for a second, which is a bit harder place to be, but doing a good job recovering from it, getting back into a position where he can continue the damage cycle. We'll lose some time here from this situation, but
yeah, it's really hard to adapt to that right side because when you're doing your heavy attacks, it's really hard to sneak into the corner you want because you want to be behind the Guardian, and sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate. So trying to adapt that on the fly can be extremely difficult.
One of those interesting non-symmetric things. For some reason, it almost feels like there's a hitbox preventing you from getting to the center of Guardians behind from the right side. Whereas on the left side, you're free to move like up and down on the left side. So
I think Guardian himself is a little off center. Is part of it. Not like significantly, but like
enough to make it happen, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. Yeah, I definitely did not know what causes that, but definitely worth staying out of that right side.
We're seeing about a 10-15 second difference just because of the Guardian. Before that, they were much closer.
Yep, I think they're just about 5 or 6 seconds before it does look. Of course, there was some mishaps on Key's side. Vorime, of course, got hit as well by the laser, but much less of a time loss compared to Key having to play around the optimal damage cycle, having to do slightly less optimal strats, moving around on the right side.
Yeah.
But nothing, like pretty much a single bad split can change that.
Yeah, there's a ton of small things that can go wrong throughout all of Manor that can make up that time really easily. In a stage too, for that matter. Kind of in the calm before the storm here. Both of the runners probably thinking about the safety strats, focusing on their movement, kind of getting in the right mindset for a state, because that's when we'll start seeing things get a ton more difficult for a bit. I don't know if you have this experience, but after Guardian and you have all of this time where you're just mashing text boxes and rolling around, a bad Guardian just stings that much more because it's still in the back of your head as the last big thing you did.
Definitely, it is. It's like a very interesting time because you can autopilot through most of this section, and even all the way through pothead skip. So your mentality through all of this section, it's very interesting.
Yeah,
it's one of those places where, yeah.
You good?
No, I was gonna say it's one of those places where, like, on your streaming, it's nice to just be able to not think about anything and just be able to look at chat. But in this sort of situation, when you're fully focused, it can definitely be one of those things where you have to, yeah.
This is just one of those times where you need to like just remember to reset, focus, get back to it, and have everything prepared for a state, because the state is going to not be kind. You have to be prepared for that. Got a very clean pothead skip from Vorime.
He had like one minor miss. Gets one more this time.
Yeah.
Let's see, second try. There you go.
Yeah, a misroll like that isn't that much of a time loss in the grand scheme of things, but it is one of those things that's just going to start adding up.
Or was really getting bullied by the grunts on that side.
Yeah. Covered it well enough. 2 HP is much more safe than 1 HP in the second half of this, so he'll be feeling all right about it.
Clean second pothead skip from Key. So
yeah,
good. Good to have that going into this arena. That's the most important thing. Is this arena has to go fast.
Very
Good.
very clean movement and tech there.
Wanted to kill off the mage there. Should be able to now, but there you go. Good recovery.
Yeah, that was very very fast for the situation that Key was put in. I don't even know if I could have adapted as fast to that. I think I would have lost a ton more time.
And it is, yeah, that's definitely at this like level of running. Both of these runners are so experienced, just like we were talking about, have so much knowledge about how to react in every situation, because they have been in every situation almost at this point.
Yeah. And also, this is a split that Vorime has also given Kipoints tips on, which I think has definitely helped as well. It's nice to see the runners cooperating with each other even through competition, because that's kind of like very core tenet of speedrunning, is like cooperation, competition sort of thing.
Yeah, it has really been lovely to see. Shoutouts to the Dead Store Discord where that particular discussion happened. There is a speedrun review channel to encourage anyone who new experience, whatever level you're at, if you're looking for tips on how to improve your speedrunning of Dead Store. We have so many experienced people who are always very willing to help. I've myself taken advantage of it, and I can highly recommend it. Everyone's very nice and willing to help.
For sure. Got a little bit of a nice movement section again before we get to the Manor Souls.
He goes down right there. I don't know if he does always, but he did this time.
I think it was the bait, the archer, and potentially any witch hook hits.
Just an abundance of caution.
Yeah. I mean, an archer arrow and a witch attack hitting would kill him there, so probably better to be safe than sorry in that case.
Oh, for missing the immediate kill on the mage there, but gets it on spawn.
It's about a 4-second time loss. It is one of the like hardest things in the section for sure, because it's a very precise angle you gotta hit. The backup isn't too bad, but It always feels bad to miss.
Definitely, you want to be setting the tone like right in the first split in manner. This manner does have. It's one of those where if everything goes well, it's consistent. Everything is well known. But if it doesn't go like that, like it just did for Key there, where he got the hit but not the follow-up arrows.
Yeah. He hit the
Yeah.
first one. The second one, I think, it despawned right when I was about to hit. Looking at the timing.
Yeah, and it's funny that, like, ironically, hitting it once is actually worse than not having hit it at all, like Vorime did, where he just missed the shot completely. Because then the mage doesn't do the spins and like despawns slowly; it just despawns immediately. One of those funny things where better to fail completely than fail partially in those situations. But very, again, small differences, few seconds here and there. As we go into Crow 2 for Vorime, which is a very fun split, and the first Licky Tank fight.
It definitely sets the tone. Like, if you have a very good Implaft, a very good mini-boss fight, it can feel so much better going out of that split than if Implaft was a little bit rude and you took a couple hits on the mini-boss and had to run around and chase it. So, looking to nail that as much as they can.
Those were two very clean arenas side by side. Vorime getting a nice deflect and Key getting pretty much the textbook Licky Tank. This looks deliberate. Vor again skipping the seed.
Yeah. No, definitely twice. Twice is probably just him making the conscious decision.
Will it be a quick kill or will he get another rotation? Looks like another rotation.
Yeah, he was very slightly off on his angle. Like, I believe his position attacking, so it made it not go into the staircase corner, which is what you want, and instead kind of run around the map, and he had to chase it. And the exact scenario you don't want, I just mentioned. Impel off on the hand seems pretty clean. Didn't take any hits.
No, it's pretty much all you really want there. He was forced to take the first spinny arena slightly slow because he didn't bait one of the spinnies in. That one just kind of evaded him for a second, but really not too big. Let's see how Big Pot treats him.
Yeah,
In a very nice position.
This is a really safe backup.
Oof, but in those situations, you do want to kind of, instead of doing that charge and wait for it to hop to you, you want to kind of go to it. Because once it hops close enough to you, it will start spinning immediately. So one of those things where better to kind of move up close to it. And then, but yeah, pretty quick regardless. No second spin, which is kind of the most big difference between the two runners. Oof.
he's just getting those hero imps right in the way. It's again one of those really unavoidable things. Like you'd have to run up, and you really don't want to have to do that.
I can't believe there was a third one.
Yeah.
Like, two is really bad, but getting the third one is kind of unheard of after that. That's pretty much...
I think I've ran into that exactly once ever. And I think I just reset after that point because I was just so behind on PV pace comparatively.
Yeah, it's deceptive how much time each of those loses. It's annoying how much time Imploft can lose you just because of those RNG situations. One of the few places where RNG can really, really put you out is that.
It also has the unfortunate circumstance of being the one place where it's really hard to get mana because hitting as many imps as you want still only gets you 1 mana. So it's just so much time to have to run around, get extra mana, hit all the shots again. It's just so punishing of a split. But both of them made it through without deaths, fairly clean overall. Like, getting through that without any hits is still pretty huge.
Did notice that Vorime had to let one of the grunts spawn in.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see how Key deals with this.
Yeah, they're both going to take this a little bit safer. You can risk getting those hits on the grunts, but like you're risking so much time loss to all the damage. I'm not surprised both of them are taking it safer. The Kipoints did get no grunt spawn there.
Very clean. Good timing.
Chat is commiserating with us about imps. They are one of the more annoying enemies in the game, for sure.
They really are, and that sort of luck is just very almost rolling off there. But that sort of luck is not something you ever want to see anyone get. But it does happen sometimes. It is dark. You really can't time your hits either very well to avoid them because you really don't know where they are. In other places, you can kind of stagger your hits.
Vorime got a really, really clean witch arena. Got both of the witches before they despawned again. Or teleported away. So this is a more accurate term.
Definitely love when that happens.
Yeah. I believe this is about the same pace Vorime was on last run, about a 1920.
Yep. Getting that sub 1930 Crow 4 is just, yeah, it's just a really good pace.
Just highlights Varime's consistency for sure, too.
Just where you want to be. Key again, thankfully, not going for any super sketchy rolls there. Still playing it aggressive, going for as many rolls which are safe, but not cutting corners. Recognizing that that time loss is just not worth going for those sort of risky strats for that second or two. Let's see how the mages treat him. Get away the one time. His focus will be to get them now before they spawn again.
He took some safer strats on fighting the Lickitung and was trying to deflect a witch that didn't quite work out, and it kind of slowed down his ability to follow up on the witches, and I think that's what cost him the time there.
Like getting yeah, that's getting the second cycle is fast enough. Noticed once again the Vorime showcasing the arrow strats in that first wave to get rid of the lower 3 enemies as well, and the mage projectile deflect to kill off multiple of those imp pods. Just playing at the highest level here.
Yeah.
Pretty much perfect Ava 1 so far.
I'm pretty sure if you took his Ava 1 from both of these runs and you put them side by side, they would look almost exactly the same. I could see very small differences, but there was almost nothing.
This time doesn't get the second second parry attack there from the Lickitung, which meant that he just about missed out on enough damage to be able to clean it up before it closed its shield. But again, cleans out the imps in the meanwhile and focuses it, gets the kill.
Most of the time loss is definitely the Lickitung pattern.
Let's see how Key handles this. Gets some nice deflects, cleans up this wave pretty quickly. He also goes for this mage deflect, as if I'm not mistaken. Good stuff there.
I didn't really see Vorime going for as many extra soul. I don't know if you did. I'm wondering if he's going to just go for Spider Layer this time.
Good point. Let's see how it works out right here. Left or right? Goes right. So
must have got some while I wasn't looking. Kipoints having a very clean Avarice one on the other side. But the runners kind of got... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the runners will diverge probably again here.
Yeah. He did have to kill quite a bit more imps. There's a chance that he takes that and is like, I've got so much extra soul that I can afford to be riskier on that, but we'll see what he chooses for sure. It's definitely a risk to go without, particularly if he hasn't been soul routing accordingly.
Did do a quick check there, it looked like. He has spent time recently to map out the soul thresholds that he needs to be at for all of these various strats. So he should be well aware of what he needs to do. He did mention he was even going to write it down, keep a sticky note close by. Which makes sense, honestly. There's a bunch of different things which have come about recently in terms of how you want to route your soul. Kind of old ideas again being resurrected and being made viable. That has happened a lot, along with a influx of completely new strats we've found and started like using new strats which we've known about, but had kind of put aside for a while. So it's nice to see how dynamic the route has been recently.
Yeah,
He's
and
going
there,
for the.
okay.
No, I just said he does go for a spider lair, though. Of course, here as we see.
Yeah, there's a lot of like agency in some of the strats you can go for also now. Like there's a bunch of risks for not going for spider layer. There's a bunch of safeties that you get with it, and also having to pick and choose the timings that you get your soul accordingly. And it's made for a lot more decision making inside the run itself, particularly when you decide to skip. And that's not even including any of the other new strategies that we found. Just a lot more ability to showcase player skill and knowledge, for sure.
Yeah, it is one of the more fascinating developments that have happened in this run. The run has changed so much in so many small ways during the course of this last month and a half in the lead up to this tournament and during the tournament itself. So it just goes to show what a little bit of friendly competition can go do for a game. It's really nice to see that.
Yeah, we've got Vorime on Vine Arena now. It's been fairly clean. He missed one deflect / roll / on the fire plant, but other than that, it's basically what you're looking for. I don't believe he skipped or missed mom skip roll.
Yeah, that was first try.
Yeah.
Didn't notice that.
So took 1 damage somewhere in here, but overall has been a fairly clean front half.
Yeah, I believe it was to rolling through that bomb wall that Key is going to be coming up to soon.
Yeah, sometimes the grunts will get you or the plant will get you if you're not precise on your movement and timing.
Nice Key arena for Key.
Yeah, got a really nice lineup of grunts there.
It's just a clinic in this bomb arena from Vorime every time. It's love to see how consistent he's made it.
Yep.
Killing everything on spawn or baiting them to be in the perfect place right after spawn.
Yeah, this is such a hard split. These runners make it look extremely easy, but it's so hard to make 1 or 2 minor mistakes that just give you 5-10 seconds of loss and you're just behind at that point. But in the fact that both runners have had extremely clean ones just makes it really hard to see that.
Key here coming up to Vine Arena. See him moving up to the Vine earlier, rolling to the back. He, I guess, has been listening to comms. Works out really well there. Because that is maybe last time it was just delay in getting there. I'm not sure, but much cleaner arena than last time.
That was definitely faster than even Vorime's.
Yep.
Because of the plant mishap he had. So gaining a little bit of time there. Those small incremental time gains that he's looking for give himself the best chance to catch up. He's also full health, so we should see pretty standard bomb arena strats here. He'll probably even sacrifice a health or 2 to make sure that bomb's hit at the right timings. Because after this is an extremely safe set of splits.
Looks like Vor, based on the time that the splits changed color, was only a couple of seconds behind PB. So that's kind of cool that he's keeping pace in early
it's been
game.
extremely good run for sure.
Very clean Bomberina from Key as well there, like pretty much killing everything on spawn. Notice that he does kill those last Flame Plant and the Grunt in the wave with the Mage with a kind of late bomb. So that's one place where I imagine he loses time to Wars, like almost perfect execution there. Vorime also good spiders there, reasonable spiders, I guess.
Yeah. They put a little bit of trouble, but they were really not too bad. I think you only got a couple hops overall, which is about what you would expect to see. Got saxophones on Kipoints side. If anyone has their saxophones or any jam emotes they want to put in chat. As Vorime is heading over to Mushroom Dungeon Soul 2.
To answer a question earlier in chat, there haven't been any deaths in this. There was a death in the previous run, but nothing so far yet.
Yeah. Overall, fairly clean. I believe the biggest trouble point for either runner has been Imp Loft from Kipoints. Overall, just solid play on both sides for the strats.
Yeah, pretty clean. You saw Vorime again going for the deflect strats in the first wave there. Optimizations like that are pretty cool. Again, fairly recent. Have been shaving down those seconds. And that's kind of what has made these crazy world records that we've been seeing recently. And the push down in times of the top runners.
Yeah. He's got his extremely consistent strat. He rolls into the corner of that wall twice, so he's in position to deflect the fire plant spot, and it is just always extremely impressive to see. I don't think any other runner uses that strat.
Very clever. You do see him get that deflect more often than not, so definitely something to think about. It's a very cool, consistent setup. Let's see how spiders treat Key here. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say the rolls are a bit hard there, having tried it, but it should be able to be consistent if you put some time in for sure. And Kipoints, like you were saying, got some pretty nice spiders overall.
Yeah, both runners having a decent time with the spiders. Not perfect, but you really can't expect that. It's not a dream run every time. So getting as good as they can get here. He's again starting his roll a little earlier than now, but gets it this time.
Yeah, this is such a cleaner section for Kipoints than last time. He's probably feeling much better about it.
You'd love to see it. That's already like a good 10 seconds saved there. Yeah, actually probably more like 10 seconds, right? Because he didn't miss both the roll and the puzzle last time. So
yeah, the roll costs like 5-10 seconds on its own because you have to get the bomb plant. So this should be a much closer race even than last one.
Dream down to 2, but just the 2 Hammer Bros left, so should be feeling okay with this. Goes for the corner cut, roll slash. And to some extent, maybe you would have even wanted to take another hit there and get the Death Warp, but
yeah,
not really worth it, to be honest. Just play it safe, get the kill, and do the regular quit out.
Yeah, it's such a small time save. It's hard to say if it would even save time doing that or not at that point. If he was 1 health for sure.
Yep. But deliberately tanking damage, like looks like he is doing here. Maybe these are the strats that he is going for. He is at 2 HP. Last time he did take a heal in this situation. I imagine he will again.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough point because at the point these runners are at, the last arena is relatively safe, but it's one of those things where if one thing goes wrong, you're just at such risk of dying. 3 Hammer Bros is always a little bit risky because of having to react to their starting animations. So we'll see if he takes the 4-second time save at the great risk or not.
Yeah, this is definitely a key point right here.
I wonder where he got that fun from them.
Does take the heal. Vorime this time opting to play slightly slower to avoid getting hit by the grimaces, slimes. I think that's their name now. You have to say all 4 names every time.
So Muck, Grimace, Slime.
Yeah, yeah, whatever their name is, the slimes. But let's see how the spiders go here. Nice double kill, 1 hit from a spider, which also at least does not dodge the arrow. So it obliges the slightest. Oof. The poison cloud is not nice here.
Yeah.
But reacts.
Just enough health.
Good reaction there to be able to walk out and get those 2 hits that he needed.
I will note, I don't know if you were watching on the left side, but Kipoints had a very, very, very clean roll slash to finish off that archer to dodge the damage.
Nice
Definitely one of the harder rolls.
Yeah, it's nice to see Key's been going for this arrow strat. I personally like doing it. I don't see many people doing it, but people throw it in once in a while. Key has been doing it once in a while recently as well, so I don't think it's much different. It does, I believe, though, from having tried it enough myself, make it a little harder to get in position for the new strat that we're doing for the Hammer Bro in the 3rd wave, the first Hammer Bro that we go for. We do want to get the new strat there. If you go for these arrow strats, it does make it slightly harder to get in position for that, but not a big deal. Key also killing this mage. He doesn't need this soul, I imagine, because he did spiders.
There's a small risk of getting hit. That might be what he was trying to avoid.
Fair.
I will note that I believe that in Varime's PB, which is world record, he did do spider layer skip. And if that's correct, he is actually ahead of world record at the moment, even with the safeties.
Yep. Almost opting to skip upgrading.
maybe not the time save you want to take.
Yeah, Vorime is definitely big on not doing Lockstone at Strength 3. It's one of his... Definitely heard him say it many times that he is not a fan of doing that.
The halberds are so slow, the hammer bros are so slow. I can definitely understand where he's coming from.
Key going for those 4 arrows on the grunt again. Keeps him in good position to get rid of the Plague Doctor Bird. Spiders, please. Reasonable, right? Not so bad, I think there.
Yeah.
Again, goes for this heavy deflect to kind of get some damage and be able to finish it off on respawn. Not a big time loss by any means, but
it's only a couple seconds against killing it, because you do have to do all the attacks while it's teleporting away and teleporting back. So, not too bad overall.
Well, about the leveling, I have a question. For Mushroom Dungeon, you do need 3 strength? I remember doing it with 2. Is it really necessary for the 3 strength?
It just makes some of the cycles faster, and I think it saves more time to go get it than you lose just going straight through. It's kind of the justification.
It threw a fireball instead of a bomb there on the wall.
Yeah, that was curious, I guess. I don't know if that was meant to be a statement or just
probably just
bombs.
Probably just switch slate.
They sometimes forget those things are kind of like so ingrained in your routine that in those times that it slips your mind, it'll definitely slip your mind for the entire thing. You kind of have your one spot where you do it every time on some ladder or some particular role. So if you miss it there, you'll definitely just completely forget about it.
Yeah, and just a quick check after bombs. Vorime is currently about 2 minutes 20 seconds ahead. As stated, Vorime is currently on a world record pace, though maybe not with that. We'll get to that in a second. Kipoints is only 8 seconds behind PB, so they are both putting on extremely good runs for what they've done in the past.
That's amazing. That's potential PB watching on both sides. Love to see that. For yeah, as you were saying, that puzzle did not go well for him.
Yeah, that is the risk of that strat. It saves only a couple seconds, so it is extremely risky. I think some runners have been opting out of it during races. Vorime was feeling confident enough to go for it, and unfortunately, it just didn't quite work out there.
Did see him bail out of it after he missed the arrow last time. So interesting to see that he didn't choose to do that. He probably knows he's on pace, so it's going for something riskier. Like you said, maybe Reki in a race is on his mind. He wants to put on a good show. Vorime, if nothing else, is definitely like he's good at putting on a good show. He knows that he's capable of doing very, very exciting things, very great things live. So going for that here, we're here for it. Key as well. Both of these runners are just have been so often so good at showcasing their technique and their skill and getting huge PBs live. So
Yeah,
we're here for it.
Kipoints definitely knows that he has had a race PB before, so that is for sure with how behind he is and it's being so small. Just I'm sure in the back of his mind at this point. Especially because we're talking about it for about a minute straight now.
Yep, definitely. Bomb strats here from Vorime. Like we said before, once you get past this point, it's pretty much okay.
Yeah. The only other big risk of taking some damage is you could take 1 or 2 damage against the Hammer Bro here or the Elite Archer because their damage cycles are a little precise.
This puzzle being a bully to both our racers here. That Key went for the standard strats, but I think just missed the arrow.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he recovered it pretty well. Like that was some very good improv to get back on track without having to fully reset.
Yep, just these situations are not something you're in often, but just having the level head to know that you need to kind of get out of there. I think it's maybe a little bit slow. He goes for these strats again at 2 health, the new upper strats.
Yeah,
Doesn't
he's
quite
gonna be
get it.
extremely safe here again. Yeah, that's good cleanup. While Varime's doing comfy puzzle strats on the right side. Gets it very cleanly. Other than the one small, well, not small, one issue from the first one, puzzle's going pretty well, all things considered.
It was good bit of mental fortitude to have the arena go well, despite some things went wrong early on with the puzzle, and even in the arena, going for the new strats, having that confidence. Love to see that from Key there, and Vor as well, getting pretty much really perfect arena there. Didn't get that final swag finish there again, but pretty much the cleanest spider kills there that you could want.
The Spiders just didn't want to see the clean finish today. Maybe they're saving it for the finals.
Yep. Have to get that hype factor.
You might having a little bit of trouble on the left side.
We were hoping to get that mage kill before the teleport, just missing that one hit. Could see him reaching for it as it teleported away.
Yeah.
But a good cleanup on the last wave.
Lost a few seconds. It's gonna sting a little bit because every second does count at this point, but recovering it pretty good. You don't have any risk until you can save and quit in 2 seconds or in like 20 seconds. So not too big of a risk.
Or again, starts off a bit to the left, so let's see if he gets in position here. Does get it really nice. Very clean second wave.
Yeah. Very, very small technical detail. He does get his heavy to hit that backpack just to clean it out for this last wave. The small things of preparing for the next wave in the current wave. It's one of those really strong things that Vorime does in his runs.
It's a very good point to bring that up, because for anyone who has run that enough and knows, you can end up getting stuck when trying to go up the stairs on that backpack, so always worth cleaning that up. Key doing a good job backing up. Sorry.
Although he's going in this with no mana.
In this situation, I think the best strat is to get an arrow hook shot to the one up there and kind of do hook shots around. That's pretty much the only way that I've found to work fast. But it is a bad situation to get caught in.
Yeah, that is probably the slowest. You have to take that, and it's always such a shame.
You see it venting some of the frustration there, letting it out before going into this arena. Going for the early roll slash on the archer, wanting to get rid of it before it can be a threat. Going for the immediate kill here. Some very nice spiders. Can you get it? Yeah. Oh.
They were waiting just for the last try.
Love to see that. That was beautiful.
Vorime's silently having a very, very clean right. I have a 3. Okay, I will admit that was me. I comms cursed that one.
Not a big time loss by any means. Just gets up and cleans up the rest of the wave.
Relatively minor in the grand scale. I think we're slightly behind world record pace at this point due to the puzzle going a bit south, but still a very, very competitive run compared to it.
Yeah, looks like it's about 7 or 8 seconds behind, I guess. Or more like 10, I guess.
Yeah, about 10. It technically is recoverable. It's a long shot, but you never know. Race buff might be enough to pull it out in the end.
Just have to game out of your mind.
I don't know if you had this experience, but I definitely felt empowered to be doing better during my races. Just the stress of being like, this is the only chance I get to make this run count. So,
yep,
trying to do as well as possible.
I definitely felt that. I had a lot of golds. I think for me there was a simultaneous race buff and race debuff of the nerves.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I also
for sure.
simultaneously made a lot more mistakes. So it's one of those PBs where I have a lot of free time save. And even in my first run, I think if I hadn't died, it was on PB pace. So yeah, it's very exciting, exhilarating, and kind of freeing to run in a race situation.
If I remember correctly, I had like 4 golds in the first run, and I also just was 20 seconds behind that fireball compared to PB just through a ton of mistakes.
Yep, it is an experience I would recommend for anyone who runs this game. We're gonna have more tournaments. We are coming to the real business end. We're almost at the end of this particular tournament, but we will have more of these in the future. So stay tuned, and if you enjoy this game, there's many other categories for which we're gonna have tournaments, including the glitch tournament, which is kind of already in the works from what I understand, and hopefully in the future more different categories as well.
Super excited to watch the glitch race. I that is not really the runs I do, but I'm super excited to see what all the glitch runners can pull off in a race.
He heading into the second wave of Ava 2. Pretty clean, very nice maid spawn there.
Yeah,
Should be
that's what
pretty
you wanna
happy
see.
about that. Wow, very clean second wave there. Nice couple of deflects. We'll be hoping to group these up to clean them up all together. Nice stuff. I would say on balance, Keys Ava 3 was even better than Varime's.
Oh, for sure.
Not taking the hit, just very clean groupings. Good stuff there.
Yeah. I'll be able to tell you in just a few seconds. I believe the head lead has been extended for Vorime by a little bit, mostly due to Blockstone 3 puzzle, the Soul 3 puzzle going a little bit.
Yeah, the puzzles not
Yeah.
being the friends of either runner, to be honest. Varime also having issues in one. Interesting to see Key goes directly down for this death warp. I wonder if he's timed it and has found it to be faster than going right. Might be one of those isometric things to think about.
Probably not super huge at the end of the day, but so it looks like it's about if I'm reading this right, 2-minute 45-second time difference. So a little bit of a lead extension for Vorime, but not anything that has knocked Kipoints out of contention yet. We still got a bunch of really hard splits to go.
Yeah, the meat of the run still left. All of these boss gauntlets that Vorime is coming up to. The first off, I guess, has a few hook shots. Nice here. Not the most ideal short range, but good to get any hook shots in.
Yeah. You're entirely reliant on the grunt spawn, so it's always a nice feeling to have one walk into a spot where you can get a couple like extra units from where you were before.
In this split, your goals are, I feel, entirely dependent on that RNG.
Yeah, for sure.
If you get the grunt at the far enough spawn that you can pretty much hookshot them and roll within 1 or 2 rolls onto the ladder, that's your gold. If not, it's not your gold. But it's a fun split regardless. One of my favorites just because of the music in this section and because it's kind of a really nice calm before the storm split.
Yeah. One thing to mention while we're still here, they are both still extremely close to their PBs. Like they're within 10, 15 seconds. Both of them. So it's extremely good performances all around.
Keys forgetting to switch to arrows for a second there.
Might have been a miss button press sort of thing.
Yep. Sometimes you press the up button and you think it's done, but controller's just lying to you.
He also knows he's in PV pace range, so I'm sure that's also weighing on a bit.
Yeah, despite all the execution aspects of it, a lot of it, there's so much psychology to all of these things. So that's fun to see it all come out here.
Yeah. You've got the adrenaline of the race, you've got the nerves, you have tiredness from busy day before even starting the races. Just all of it adds up.
Pretty much perfect few sections of the gauntlet there from Vorime.
Yeah, there's a couple tiny things, but like in the grand scheme, it's pretty much how you want those to go. And you got the cycle that you're looking for here.
Nice, good stuff. That's a big determinant, I guess. Like you said, there was small miss, could not get the roll slash on a grunt, but getting that boomer cycle is probably feeling good. Does get it more often than not, which is amazing. Testament to how consistent Vorime is. And just testament to how good runners have become at this top level to bait out these things.
Much like the last race, this ice arena is going to be a very key point to watch for.
Key points. Speaking of key points, he did get the arm day bless.
I believe that Kipoints was the person who gave Arm Day its name. If I remember correctly.
I believe so as well. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely super happy. Oh, that was a really nice hook shot from Vorime.
That works
Off
out.
screen.
Really. Yep, set so well.
So, sometimes you can get the grunt in that nice position for just a couple extra seconds of time save.
Knowing that that can happen is the experience part of it, but actually reacting to it is the gaming part of it. So good, love to see that. Let's see how Ice Arena goes.
Yeah. A small thing that he did there, another really experienced runner thing, is he delayed. Instead of doing a heavy and a light and another heavy and a light in the last two grunts, he did a heavy, delayed, and did another heavy to hit both, just to make sure they weren't going to do anything like get in the way, hit him, run around, things like that. So it's one of those small things you pick up over time that Vorime is really, really good about consistently doing when it's needed.
And with your new strats in that particular wave, it does come in use very often, that particular thing of... Oh, there you go, he gets it.
That was almost a max range hook, I'm pretty sure.
I was holding my breath for a second there.
Oh, he got
he
it,
gets
and
the-
that's the hammer, or the hammer ladder.
Nice. As TFT
Very,
mentioned
very good
before,
ice arena.
that was TFT did get this the first time in the last run, in the other semifinal of this tournament. So it's cool to see these new strats being developed literally during races.
Yeah, that's just less than a week old, I believe. Museus came up with it very recently.
Yep. And in particular, that ladder control, you did get it the first time in that run, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I got it on the second run of the race.
Yep.
I didn't even know it was possible. I was just like, oh, there's a Y button press. Let's see what it does.
Nice. See,
So,
that's so amazing. And
Definitely say I've never discovered new tech during a race before, so definitely an interesting experience. Key Points did get the really good cycle on boomers.
it's nice that both runners are showcasing. Verim also had a quick Betty kill. Nothing really went wrong there. He, again, going for the sketchy roll. He was practicing a setup for it the last couple of days, as you mentioned, where he has been... It didn't look like he did it there. He has been using keyboard, right?
I missed it. I was trying to see Verime's time to determine
It does.
where it was.
So he has been trying... Fair enough, yeah. He has been trying like a keyboard setup there, but I didn't see any of the cursors of the keyboard and mouse there, so I'm not sure if he actually ended up doing it.
I'm not quite sure either.
Sorry, so is Verim still on pace?
I think he's a little bit behind at the moment. I think we'll have a better grasp after Frog King when I can more accurately time it.
Fair enough, yeah. Key is in a spooky situation.
Yeah, he's for sure healing here. There's no question.
It was one of those things when the projectiles from the mage still hits you during the hookshot, so...
The deflect timing is what it is. It's like if you deflect, it'll just like not hit the witch, but also not hit you. But it was slightly off the timing, so it hit him instead.
Clean first wave.
Yeah, very, very clean first wave for sure.
Now this is one of those ways where you can really lose time if you let the grunt get away and start sliding around, so doing a good job, quick killing stuff there. Again, you see him delaying the heavy to get the grunts along with the boomer. think he can get this here. Much cleaner job here,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I would not be surprised if this wasn't a gold for Kipoints. Like everything was very clean. And he even gets ladder control right here.
Beautiful. Love to see it side by side, both runners pulling off these crazy, technical, very, very precise strats,
Yeah.
making it look so easy. Those aren't easy. You need to kill the hammer bro on the right side quickly enough that you can actually get the hook shot to the archer, which makes the rest of the last wave possible. But
Yeah.
both runners just putting on a clinic. Love to see it.
And we glossed over it, but I believe Reem had a very, very, very clean Betty as well. Kipoints having a little bit more trouble with it last time will be important to watch out for.
Been good so far.
So it looks like Kipoints is definitely ahead. I don't know by how much.
You'd love to see it.
Looks like he is at a nice, comfy 3-second lead on PB.
Yeah, that's crazy because his PB Betty time is 58.11 and it looks like it was like a 58.10 or 58.
5808.
Got it. Crazy. That's that is consistency. And let's see where this run ends up going because there's still, I'm sure, a bunch of places that he can save time.
For sure.
A lot of this run still left. Nice hook shot there from Key.
Now we got Reem going into one of the riskier splits. Flooded Fortress, particularly if he's going to go for the fast route again of ignoring the enemies and just hook shotting.
Let's pay close attention to how he does it. There you go. Clean again.
Yeah, one of the things that Reem does that's so impressive in that split is, or that section is, he just barely sidesteps the fire plant and minimizes movement as much as possible, so he's not wasting any unnecessary time moving far away from dodging the attack. And it's those small things just add up over time. 0.1 second here, 0.1 second there.
He does choose to ignore the mages on the way. I've noticed very often just opting to go fast, get to this place, do the skip, and get into the arena. Was on 1 health, smartly had planted the pot while waiting, so
Yeah.
takes a quick heal, moves into the arena.
Reem's probably pretty comfortable taking Frog King at 3 or maybe even 2 HP, so in his mind probably it's safer to just take the time loss there than try and fit it in during the gauntlet that's coming up right now, or he's in the middle of, rather.
Looks like he successfully made it an auto-scroller.
Yeah. We'll probably see, and I believe this is what happened last time. He took the door and then walked straight in and didn't heal. 3 HP, if you get most of the strats for Frog King, is pretty comfortable. As long as you remember you're on 3 HP.
Remembering on 3 HP, who would ever forget that?
For those who didn't watch it, I almost died in a race because I was 1 HP on that fight and took some riskier strats than I should have.
Let's see if I can remember. One quick note which we haven't spoken about today, but both runners are playing in Chinese. Simplified Chinese does save a few text boxes through the course of the run. Ooh.
Oh no, I don't know if I've ever seen that. Like usually if it hits, you have also missed the attack. I'm guessing it was just a slightly too late timing.
Yep, that does happen sometimes. I've definitely had it happen to me. But 2 health should still be good. We did see a crazy fight. Vorime did mention in the middle that it was a gold fight for him in the last run. Does miss one of the charged heavies there, but still should be good enough to get through on the left side. Nice.
Yeah,
Pretty. Wow.
very good recovery overall. It does look like this is probably out of PB pace for Vorime at this point. He is about 30 seconds behind, but that is still extremely impressive to be on your second run in a race, or your second race. The second run in a race was the right way to say that, and still be only 30 seconds behind world record.
It is insane. You notice again does hit that switch with an arrow as a safety.
Yeah,
Will allow
like-
him to. It'll just allow him to skip boomer, skip.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. But
He slightly overcompensated. Last time he fell in the water going down, and I think the compensation made it so he rolled up instead. Not a huge time loss, but like it's one of those things that's always a little unfortunate to see. Although this is a little scary. We'll probably see him. Oh no!
oh no, bad place to die.
Hammer sniped extremely hard there.
He has cronked in the past where you get that lever. Do you see key pause here? Is he checking stream or are we gonna see a? He is. He does continue. Does go past. Because at this point we haven't seen a finish from Vor, so don't really know if the race is over yet. Things can still go pretty wrong on the other side, so keep deciding to continue on here.
Definitely some risk involved in both of the next splits. Gauntlet, or not Gauntlet, Furnace, you can definitely lose some time. Gauntlet, you can lose some time. Death could happen in Lord of Doors and Grey Crow with a couple small things going wrong. It is a tough hill to climb, but anything is possible in a Death's Door speedrun.
Definitely. And Key showing, bravery continuing on, because nice deflect there. Very opportunistic way to take advantage of one of the mages being alive, following him in.
Vorime and Kipoints have both been doing an extremely good job of utilizing deflects to get extra damage on throughout the entirety of their runs.
Once again, we kind of missed it, but Vorime going for a new strat there to light the furnace at the start of this room. Those who are interested can clip it and take a look at it. It is very cool. But we didn't call it out before it happened, so you may have blinked and missed it. But Key getting through this arena as well, making both runners doing a good job there. The goal, as we've talked about many times before, is to just make it an auto scroller, and both runners doing that successfully. Key as well going in with 3 health. Let's see if we get some shenanigans as well. Or does he get a cleaner armor break?
Yeah, the armor breaks will make or break the split for sure. Vorime, meanwhile's got some very tense movement going on. Not much to talk about, just a lot of careful movement.
Oh no. He missing the first juggle. Can he get it here? Oh, almost gets it.
It was a very solid attempt for sure.
Oh no, this is now a scary position to be in for Key. Oh, he's just taking the death to reset? Is that what I'm...
Yeah, that would be my guess. He just wanted to reset the fight, not go into the second half of it 1 HP.
The spooky place to be. This does mean he misses on the first... Doing some labbing here on the fly, trying to see if you can start with the hookshot. I guess you cannot. That was a weird animation. The Frog King almost seemed like it came up before it should have. But Frog King being a bit of a bully here. Gets the armor break on the third one. Continues to the next section.
A nice small adaptation is moving up to that top corner instead of the bottom one, just so he's not at risk of accidentally falling while doing these attacks. Keeping as far away from it as he can, because normally that's on the top side and it's not a risk, but this is a little more of a troublesome position for the fight. Got simultaneous bosses with Vorime getting into the grandma fight here.
He will be looking to finish off the fight right here on the left side. There you go. Just as one finishes, the other begins.
Yeah. Getting a nice small extra roll heavy in while Grandma was teleporting. All those small things add up and make it so that you don't have to wait for all the hops. You'll also probably see him roll and do a heavy to get an extra damage in if he can. Didn't quite hit, but overall a decent Grandma fight and way before hops happen.
Pretty much the key thing there. Can't get it too much before the hops happen, but definitely don't want to let the hopping get started. So
Shresh, would you call that a key point?
Indeed, you could. You indeed could. And Kipoints heading into Furnace, trying to make some points of his own here. At this point, he knows that his PB is kind of out of reach, but gonna probably just trying to keep it as consistent as possible to keep the races close. Vorime has a few tricky splits coming up. If anything goes wrong, it is bigtimeloss.com.
Yeah.
So
I would have said in the past Gauntlet isn't a super risky split, but especially with going for all of the new like faster strats, just it is so easy to take 1 or 2 hits while trying to do those, and suddenly you're 2 HP, 1 HP going through Gauntlet and making sure you got to get all your hooks and not falling. It's just extremely stressful.
And there can be that stubbornness to stick to the fast strats even when you're at low health. Can kind of blind you from doing what is probably the smart things, which is just play safe. So
well, especially since the last one's the Betty Gauntlet roll skip, and that just it's 4 or 5 seconds of time difference.
definitely, it's a very tasty apple that we're looking to get. It's not a low hanging fruit, right? It's not easy to get that, especially in a pressure situation. So let's see how it all develops. He has Grey Crow to start with, though. Grey Crow has, in the past been a bully to both runners, so
yeah,
anything can happen.
This is a nice chance for Vorime to breathe. He does have a pretty sizable lead at this point. He does know all he needs to do is not die. We've been talking about a lot from Kipoints' perspective, but Vorime, with all of these time safeties, is just looking to play safe, make sure he doesn't die or make any huge mistakes, and push his way through to the end. And this is the perfect little refresh point, even through mashing, to be like, okay, this is all I need to do. It's not that bad.
He's had a nice start to Furnace here, gotten a quick light on the Furnace, got up off this arena quickly as well, so zooming here.
Yeah, definitely a lot cleaner Furnace than we saw the first time because of mostly the fire not hitting on the Furnace, which is a little bit inconsistent with the strat Kipoints is using. We're about to hit the Grey Crow fight on Vorime's side. Definitely a high stress situation, even with all the circumstances around it. Vorime's gonna be probably sweating the most right now before he gets into it.
Yeah, never a comfy situation.
Oof.
Especially when you get hit, you're It's very important to stay calm in that situation. Vorime is a master of that, but
He did
definitely
also
stressful.
he did get 3 deflects in that there, which is really huge. It's hard to get those deflects in at that point.
Got a big scream here, going for some more. Oof, just misses those deflects. Quick kill.
Yeah, all things
Made-
considered, fairly fast.
He made it look comfy. He having to take it slow on these last 2 braziers, but gets through it.
Yeah. On the side, Kipoints is having a relatively clean furnace. Didn't quite time the roll right for the cycles on here, but we'll get the backup cycles without much trouble.
Nice stuff. Getting the second cycle. Oh, get stuck on the pipe for a second. I don't think I've seen that before.
I don't know if I've either.
Good presence of mind. Getting off quickly. Moving on to the grandma fight here. And have some action on both sides right after some short cutscenes.
Vorime opting, I think that was a little bit safer than his last initial cycle on Mortadors, if I'm not mistaken. Taking a little bit of extra safeties.
Very clean execution. They're moving and using the heavy to move around. Kimibal got hit by one of the pots, but not a big time loss there or anything, because Grandma was gonna end up teleporting right after that anyway. And baiting the purple pot into her is more important. Gets hit one more time. So
Yeah, could be close on if he gets this before the hops. I don't think it's quite gonna. No,
it's
should
gonna
only be a
maybe
couple hits.
There
Yeah,
you
3
go.
hits. That's pretty close overall.
Vorime going for the safer strats here,
Yeah.
like you said. Just trying to keep it clean and safe through here.
I think without the like allure of a PB, he'll probably just go for the safe Betty roll skip, if that, and otherwise just play a safe, clean gauntlet to try and clinch this up.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to sacrifice saving the few tenths of a second here compared to getting the big time save in Betty. But as I say that, he does go for the faster ones here.
This is pretty safe. He has 4 HP. It's not. He's not betting the entire bank on just getting that. So
Fair enough. Gets one clipped here, but not a big deal.
he was slightly off. You want to be in between on the seam there, just because you can't be hit by them. He was slightly off and got hit, which isn't a big deal, like Stretch said.
Gets it. And the instant door. It is harder than it looks, folks. It's not free. So
Yeah.
very clean execution there.
I cannot tell you, even with it being recent discovery, the number of times I have gotten there and gotten the first 2 of the faster damage cycles and just whiffed that because I got hit, and it always feels bad. It's not free for sure.
It is funny that it does feel like the first 2 happen a lot more consistently. I think just the added pressure of the last one, having to get the timing exactly right. Yeah, very often I just get the hook shot and don't get the 2 hits off, just get the 1 hit, and then I just completely bail out of it. So definitely needs more practice from my side, but it's one of those which can become consistent. Vorime is showing it with his clean execution.
It is very rare for Vorime to miss that. Like the couple of times, I can only count on like maybe both my hands the number of times that he's done that. Right now we've got Lord of Doors to finish this up.
Went for the very quick damage cycle to start with again, using the heavies to move around. Definitely worth paying attention for anyone who's trying to optimize their Lord of Doors fight, looking for something new to do in the fight. This is the place to learn.
Getting out the side attack. Getting some extra hits in as he's going back up. All very standard, clean attack that we're expecting from Vorime. And getting even the roll attacks in, mostly.
Oh, one hit away.
One hit away.
GG's.
And not
GG.
I was gonna say, I think he said if he did like have a death that he would wanted to stop early. So let me bring him in real quick and ask if he wants to finish or wants to stop.
let's see if he wants to do this Grey Crow fight. I think he might even have us on comms, so let's see. Maybe he'll want to stop after this Grey Crow fight.
Yeah. Whenever. I'm gonna die here in a second.
Okay, I guess Key's aware. I guess that he's not on PB pace. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, because you're tired. So yeah, let's bring Vorime in too. All right, good work. Those were great runs. Watching both.
GG.
Kiki.
Vorime does take second match and moves on to the finals.
Yeah, big GG's round. Those were some excellent paces. Yeah, we did see Key getting a little demoralized after that death, but big props to you for chugging along and keeping that pace.
So many good strats on display from both sides, for sure.
Yeah, I'm guessing your watchtowers was a gold because that was so clean. We were so hyped to see you pull out everything in that watchtowers pretty much.
Yeah, I was. I saved 11 seconds on that split somewhere.
Yo.
That's
Of
huge.
all the things.
Wow, you love to see that. Nice.
Yeah.
And
That
yeah,
was,
big GG.
Yeah. GG's.
All
Big
right.
GG's to War two back-to-back low 117s. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'm feeling bad for the person who has to face him in the finals.
Yes. So the finals is Vorime versus TFT. Would you like to schedule now, or would you like to talk offline? Do you think this weekend, or what do you
It
what do you guys
seemed
think?
like everything was pointing toward Saturday.
I could
So
do
if
Saturday.
TFT's good with Saturday, then sometime Saturday, the exact time, maybe we'll figure it after stream, but let's
Yeah.
just keep an eye out Saturday.
Nope, Saturday sounds good.
So keep out. So our final match will be on Saturday.
Yeah, and then there will also eventually, I think, be a third, fourth place match, but that'll be a while. It might just be like a show match later down the line, I think, because I think Trish and Key both want to take a break from the game because of hand health and stuff. So
There'll be an announcement for that. So please join the Death Store Discord for that. All right, thank you, runners. Thank you. Please check out the commentators, the runners. They all stream, so please check them out. Am I missing anything? I think so. At the rate to somebody. Is anybody on?
Math is live, but he's playing a turn of Noctis. He was in the tournament. Thistle is no, she's doing haiku. I don't know anyone who's doing this right now.
I can raid Thistle because I didn't raid Math before.
Yeah,
All right, that
she's
works
playing
out.
haiku, which is a fun game. Everyone should give it a shot.
the Gauntlet split was gold, by the way, somehow.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you everybody for watching. Take care, y'all.
See you, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.